Have you guys noticed the price of lenses just keep rising and rising? It's like they keep coming out with new glass, but the old price never goes away. It used to be where the lens would come out at around the same price as the old glass, and then the last glass would get kind of a discount. Not anymore. And even if you have the money to buy new glass, it's almost impossible to choose which one you're gonna buy because there's so many choices. Well, I recently rented a lens that if this is your first time investing in high quality glass for an RF mount, then this is definitely something to at least consider buying. And that is the Canon RF 24-105 2.8. I rented the Canon 24-105 from lensrentals.com, and if you want to rent that lens from Lens Rentals like I did to try it out, you can do that by clicking the link in the description, and you'll be helping to support this channel and videos like this. I can make more videos like this when you buy or rent from the links in the description, so go check them out. Some of the pros of this lens is that it's super sharp, it's decently fast, it's got lots of extras like a declicked aperture and extra RF gadgetry that I didn't really get a chance to do because I only spent one weekend with it. And it's an all-in-one lens. Goes from 24mm to 105mm, almost perfect. If I could get a little bit extra, I'd take it, but 105 is fine. Some of the cons of the lens is that it's heavy, it's expensive, and it changes the center of gravity, making it a little bit difficult to balance on a gimbal, but it is possible. I did actually balance it on my gimbal. So if you've got heavy duty enough motors, then it'll be fine on a gimbal, just not perfect. I rented the lens because I had a live stream coming up where I was gonna be live streaming a fishing event. Now, I've done this live stream a couple times in the past, and the way that I would normally stream it is by putting an 11-16mm on my camera and getting the widest shots that I could. But getting close to the action is something that I always wished I could do, and the 24-105 allowed me to kind of get both. I couldn't get as wide as the 11-16, but it's still decently wide, and being able to push in and get candid shots of the crowd, being able to zoom in to be right up on the fish's face is definitely something that I always wished I could do, but now I could with this lens. Some of the key features that I really love on this lens is, number one, the range that it has. The other thing that the 2.8 version of the 24-105 has that the f4 version does not is image stabilization. Image stabilization on this lens is actually incredible. I was able to get this shot where I was following a tuna heading to the stage, and all of this is completely handheld. There is no post stabilization. This is not on a gimbal, no post stabilization, and this is the shot you get. Incredible. Now, while there isn't really a lens to fit all occasions, this lens definitely fits most occasions. I feel like this is meant to be kind of like the all-in-one. If you're gonna buy a lens and spend upwards of $2,500 for a lens, this is definitely a great choice for your first lens because it does just about everything. It's great for those talking head videos, those following action shots, those wide shots, getting close to the action, zooming out. It's got something called an electronic parfocal, where if you focus on something, it's supposed to internally keep your focus on that thing. And it works fairly decently. I did notice it kick in whenever I was zooming on things, and it's fine. It's not perfect like an actual parfocal lens, but it does actually keep your subject mostly in focus. Now, I upped the production from last year to this year, and I was actually able to stream with 2 cameras this year. So I had one camera set up with the 24-105mm and the other camera set up with a 24-70mm. Now, this is the classic 24-70 RF mount 2.8, and I was able to compare the two lenses, and I gotta tell you, the 24-105 really stands up to the 24-70. I didn't see a whole lot of optical difference at all. The main difference that I saw was that the 24-105 is bigger, it's heavier, and it zooms a lot farther. So it's just a matter of really what's your taste. If you want it to balance very well on a gimbal, then the 24-70 is probably for you. If you don't care as much about balancing it on a gimbal, but you want to maybe every now and then the 24-105 will work for you, and it'll give you that extra push from 70 to 105 millimeters. Who should buy the 24-105? If you're just a hobby filmmaker, photographer, then this lens is probably not for you. If you're just getting into photography, learn on some older glass, maybe use the kit lens for a while. But if you're looking to upgrade and maybe go from a hobby to more of an intermediate photographer, or your main focus is video shooting, then the 24-105 could be for you. It's great for documentary work, it's great for broadcast, live stream, and it's great for a ton of stuff in between. But documentary work, it might be the perfect lens for documentary work because you're able to get stuff close up. It focuses really close, and you're able to push in and get that 105 millimeters. And if you've got a Canon C70, then you've got actually more equivalent of 150 millimeters. And if you crop into that 16 millimeter equivalent sensor, then you're getting more like a 250 millimeter, something like that. I don't know. It's quick math in my head. Don't crucify me in the comment section if I'm wrong. It's also just a great lens for value. Like I said in the beginning of this video, lenses are not losing their value right now. So buying this lens, you'll be able to sell it later as long as you keep it in good condition at around the same price that you bought the lens for. So as far as a value, spend your money on lenses. Don't spend your money as much on camera bodies, but spend it on the glass. The glass, the tripods, the C-stands, all of the infrastructure around the camera is the stuff that actually maintains and keeps its value. So spend your money on that, and then you'll be able to change out your body as they come out. So, little tip for you here at the end of the video. Anyway, peace.